Should we go to the phone lines?
Let's do it.
Yes, we shall. 08717223344. We're talking Spurs. We're talking VAR. We're talking Harry Kane. We're talking West Ham. We're just talking football, really, from the weekend. That's why this show exists, so you can have your say. GJ phoned up as we were coming on air, so it's only fair we go to him first. GJ.
Hi, GJ.
How you doing, guys? You all right?
You're good, man. How are you? I like the fact that even before we came on air, you were calling up. You're thinking, I want to speak to the lads tonight.
Absolutely, lads. Best show on radio.
Oh, you're very good. Not just talkSPORT, but you mean on the whole of radio around the world?
Mate, I don't listen to any other radio show, let alone stations.
Oh, wow.
And this is number one, mate.
Oh, we're on it, GJ. Good work. That's very kind of you. What would you like to say on the back of that?
Right, well, basically, I just want to say thank God for the Masters golf this weekend. It's a welcome distraction because football, to me, is dead at the moment. So whenever I used to feel down about Spurs, I always used to think about West Ham and think, at least I don't support them because things aren't that bad, right? But the situation now is so bad. I'm half cheering on like Chelsea and Liverpool to win just so West Ham don't finish in the top four. It's like, you know, like in Back to the Future 2 when Marty goes back to 1985 and finds out Biff murdered his dad. It's like I'm living in an alternate reality and everything's just going wrong. Like,
what's Biff got to do with it?
Because it's like he's gone back into another time.
Who's Biff?
Biff was his dad, or his stepdad.
No, but who's Biff in this scenario?
Oh, yeah, well, Biff's West Ham, I'm guessing.
Biff West Ham?
Yes, Biff would be West Ham, yeah.
Who are you? Are you Michael J. Fox?
No, I guess Spurs would be Marty's dad.
All right, okay. So who's Dr. Emmett Brown?
Well, probably Arsenal, I don't know.
All right, okay.
They're mid-table.
Who's got the almanac?
Who's got the sports almanac? Great question.
I'd have to say Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, that makes sense. You can see the future. Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, and and they're going to win all the domestic cups. Basically, we need Pep to clear off out of England just so other teams can win the other domestic cups.
GJ, could I ask, you said you're cheering other... Are you actually... Would you rather Chelsea finish above West Ham?
Yeah, of course. All day. Because we've seen, you know, obviously I don't want it to happen, but I've seen Chelsea win the Champions League. We're used to seeing Chelsea in the Champions League. Even Arsenal in the Champions League. I wouldn't want to see it, but West Ham, you know, the Champions League is the creme de la creme. It's for big clubs. West Ham are a small club. You're nothing. You know, don't try and jump into a big boy's pond.
Oh, they deserve it though, don't they? If they get there.
If I don't care if they do, I don't want them in there because I won't hear the end of it. The two lads I sit next to at work, my work will be hell. I won't hear the end of it.
But I'm sure you've dished a little bit of hell towards them.
No, us Spurs fans, we're humble. Come on.
Come on, GJ. Come on. I guarantee those two West Ham mates of yours would say something very different.
Do you know what the funny thing with West Ham is? They haven't won. They give us loads of banter saying, Spurs always bottle it. Spurs, you know, trophyless Tottenham and all this stuff. West Ham haven't won a single trophy for 41 years.
I think they won the Texaco Cup in that time. Genuinely, I think they did. I hear what you're saying.
Let's hope they go all Spursy then, West Ham.
Just quickly, this one's coming from Michael. He says, hang on, don't forget about Leeds beating Man City at the weekend.
Yeah,
Unbelievable.
They haven't even spoken about that.
No, yeah, but that's why I showed
you... That's performance of the season, I think. I've seen goal of the week.
It was definitely a red card as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's a red card.
Yeah.
Can you think of a better performance, even at 1-1, to go on and win it, right?
To nick it.
Had it been a draw, it wouldn't have been performance.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, but
you're right.
That has to be performance of the season.
So far, yeah.
For Leeds United to go there, 10 men, and win.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And they were down 10 men for a big old chunk. Wasn't it?
Big old joke. Listen, as I said, Michael sent that one. Hang on, don't forget. Listen, if I forgot about a result, you phone up and remind us. 08717223334. One result that Gary doesn't want reminding about is the Everton one tonight. He's up next. Hi, Gary.
How are you doing?
I'm okay, better than you. What's happened to your side?
Absolutely no idea. I mean, I said on the text, you know what? We've got to be the most spineless bunch of wasters in the Premier League. Honestly, every single time we get an opportunity to get near to cracking the top four, they just fall on their swords every single time. The attitude of some of those players, not just tonight, but for weeks and weeks with successive, really, really poor performances, particularly at home. I just think, what on earth is going on? I love Carlo Ancelotti, but there are times now where I'm starting to question, particularly his in-game management and the way that he seems to be handling things, because it's just dreadful. It really is.
If there was one criticism of Carlo at Chelsea, the criticism that always was his in-game management. And I'm not criticising him as a manager because, as you know, he's an excellent manager. But changing the course of a game throughout the 90 minutes was the one thing that people pointed the finger in that direction, saying, "Can you turn a draw into a win or a defeat into a draw, or so on and so forth?"
Well, I know, and we've got a lot of injuries and stuff, and Calvert-Lewin is out and all the rest of it. But the desire of the players, and he could see it unfolding in front of him. And right, we're pretty much on top for the whole of the game, and then he brings on Nathan Broadhead with 3 minutes to go, and that's his answer. And I think, really, do you know what I mean? It's not the answer. He could see what was happening after the first half, and there should have been some wholesale change. Albeit we've got youngsters on the bench, but you know what? If the so-called stars aren't cutting it, then make a change. Because at the end of the day, we may as well finish 10th as finish 7th or 8th. It makes no difference, to be honest.
Okay, here's a question for you guys. So where Everton are is probably where most Evertonians would have put yourselves and the teams around. Maybe West Ham are the surprise, but you would have been 7th, 8th, would you say, something like that?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so next season, what has the club got to do for him to get higher up that table?
I mean, it's awful to say considering the amount of money that Bashiri's thrown at the club, but I think there needs to be some wholesale investment. If you look at I know we've got 1 or 2 injuries, but you look at the state of the bench tonight, that tells you that we are 6 or 7 players away. I mean, even if we, just by some strange quirk of fate and all the results fell for us, we scraped into even the Europa League, we wouldn't even make it out the group stages with that squad. There's not a chance.
Well, I think you kind of answered your own question a little bit there, haven't you, really? So, yes, it offered and had potential for so much more not that long ago. They had a lot of games in hand, and they've not delivered. And tonight's game was a perfect example of where a team where you have to win, you've got to find a way to get a result, as Liverpool did at the weekend. You know? That was heading for a draw all day long.
What a goal, by the way, from Trent.
Fabulous strike.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to go, isn't he? He's got to go.
So I thought you were talking about Carlo there. I think it's a bit harsh.
Oh, no, sorry.
It's got to go.
Trent has got to go. I mean, you'd be an absolute fool. You've got to take him.
You would have. But who do you leave behind? I love Trent. I think Trent's fabulous. But if Gareth sees other different things, I mean, he hasn't played particularly well this year, Trent, has he? And you go back since Christmas. Look, a lot of Liverpool players haven't played particularly well, and I think the manager's got 1 or 2 things wrong. Trent, over the last 2 years, has been magnificent. He is a wonderful footballer. But if he sees other things in other defenders and versatility in the squad.
So you're taking Walker. I know this is a slight tangent, but we're taking Walker.
Walker's versatile. Walker play right back.
Trippier.
And there's Trippier, and then there's Reece James, and then there's him. So
and Wan-Bissaka, but he's getting nowhere near it.
Well, defensively, Wan's probably better than Wan. Is probably
Wan.
Wan. I called him Wan.
Boy Wan.
Boy Wan is probably better than most. Right in that. Going forward, that's where his game isn't as good.
Who'd you rather take, Reece James or Trent? I know you're Chelsea.
Well, I've seen Reece over the last since Thomas Tuchel has come in, and he's just
different.
He's just on a level.
Who would you take? Would you take Reece?
I think I've got to take Reece, and
okay,
he's playing right wing back.
Who are you taking? Trippier.
I'm taking Walker. I'm definitely taking Walker.
Right.
He loves Trippier.
You can't take 3.
I think he might have Walker as a centre half. I think
he
might have that up his sleeve. He might be one of those that goes in, that slips in between. Might be one of those.